For over 2 decades, XTERRA has brought together some of the world's fittest, toughest, and craftiest endurance athletes for a series of off-road triathlons, races that combine open water swimming, mountain biking, and trail running, and demand skill and tenacity, guile and grit. More than a sport, XTERRA is a lifestyle, requiring total commitment from the bold and ambitious warriors who want to test themselves against the elements, the terrain, the conditions, and each other in some of the most spectacular natural settings in all of athletics. In this, the 24th season of XTERRA Racing, the sport's appeal continues to grow. And as more and more professional athletes are drawn to its unique challenges, the stakes are higher and the victories harder to come by. But it's more than just elite triathletes who live and breathe XTERRA. For the thousands of age group competitors, training can become a personal mission, and reaching an XTERRA finish line represents a major life accomplishment. This series brings you the stories, the motivations, the frustrations, and the triumphs of the 2019 XTERRA World Tour. For episode 8, we head to the Czech Republic and the Bohemia region in the southwestern part of the country, site of the 2019 XTERRA European Championship.
Especially South Bohemia, it's perfect because it's a quiet place with a lot of nature. We are near the national park. There is no big towns near here, no big roads, and it's a quiet place with beautiful nature, but also with Prachatice town.
Race director Michal Pilušek was born in Prachatice, the Renaissance-era city that serves as home base for this year's race. Pilušek grew up playing ice hockey, but was introduced to XTERRA as a teenager through his father, Michael Sr., who placed 18th at the World Championships in Maui, and then brought the sport to the Czech Republic, organizing the first ever XTERRA European Championship in 2004.
I just remember it was big race and big after party. I was 15 years old, but I remember the huge after party with fireworks, rock bands, and this is what really influenced me for my approach to organizing, because I think XTERRA shouldn't be only a race. It should be a big festival with music and some good beer, good Czech beer, and I really enjoy when after the race athletes came to the party and know more about each other, and this is what XTERRA is all about.
15 years after that race, an epic party, the oldest XTERRA race in Europe once again hosts the Continental Championship, this time with Michal Jr. at the helm.
The organizing of races is very special for me. It's an important part of my life, and for my father it's the same, and we are same in so many ways, and this is one of it. You know, we need to organize something.
When it comes to XTERRA, the Pilušeks love to organize and evangelize, recommending the sport to any casual athletes they meet.
I will ask him if he has a swimming goggles, if he had a mountain bike and running shoes at home, and everybody said yes, I have. So why don't you try XTERRA? I think this is XTERRA. Anyone can do it, but you need to do it once and you love the sport. You need to try it for one single race, and after you love it.
XTERRA Adventures is presented by Tea Tree, eco-minded hair care infused with natural botanicals. Discover the natural magic of Tea Tree. The Maui Visitors and Convention Bureau. Visit gohawaii.com/Maui. This segment is brought to you by Tea Tree by Paul Mitchell. Race director and XTERRA athlete Michal Pilušek Jr. assembled a deep and talented professional field for the 2019 European Championship, and his course through the Šumava National Forest favored a specific kind of athlete.
We also changed for this year the run course because it's longer. It's 10.5 k long, and we add more steep uphills for it. So I think it'll also suit lightweight runners like Bradley Weiss or the Czech guy called Karel Dušek.
The course was also tailor-made for elite woman Morgan Rue.
The run part is my specialty. It's where I'm stronger because I began with the run when I was 10 years old. So yeah, it's a lot of training to be good at running, and also working some technical parts because on XTERRA you have to be good at hill and descent. But I'm better on the hill. Seeing it's really this fitness part which make me better than some other girls.
Better than some other girls is a modest way of putting it. Rue has dominated her competition this season, winning XTERRA races in Italy, Belgium, and France, and claiming her first career European titles at the ETU Cross Triathlon and Cross Duathlon Championships.
It's a really special season for me because from the end of May I'm winning all the races I took part. So yeah, it's quite surprising for me because at the beginning of the year I had my collarbone broken, so I thought that it will be very difficult for me this season.
Forced to rest early in the year so she could heal, Rue didn't round into form until mid-May. But since then, she has been unstoppable, charging to victory after impressive victory on the strength of her running.
I think as an athlete, my best attribute is in the fitness, strength or something like that. It's not that I never give up. I think my determination is the thing which helps me to do this good performance in work but also in sports.
Rue, who has a PhD in neuroscience, works full-time as an engineer for the French military, so she has to work out early in the morning, during lunch breaks, and in the evenings.
Between the sport and work, I don't have a lot of free time more, but I try to relax, and when I can to go to the restaurant with my boyfriend or cinema to look at a movie, but it's not so frequent. We take advantage of the travel with XTERRA to take some holidays in really good place with my boyfriend because we really like to travel, to discover new countries, new places. I train with my boyfriend, but I also travel with him for the competitions. And yeah, it's really good to have him on the races because yeah, the difficulties are less important when we are two. And in fact, he helped me a lot on the training because on the NTD he tells me how to do, which way to take, and it's really important to have him with me before the race.
This segment is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses. Race morning, August 3rd, and 500 competitors prepared for the two-lap 1,500-meter swim. Among the elites, another French athlete who, like Rieu, was enjoying a stellar summer. Arthur Forissier came into the European Championship on a 3-race winning streak, having won the ITU Cross Tri-World Championship in April, XTERRA Italy in May, XTERRA Switzerland in June, and XTERRA France in July, when, in a thrilling finish, he outdueled his countryman, Arthur Serrier, in the final kilometers of the run to take the narrow victory.
So for me, the best victory was in France several weeks ago, because it was my first XTERRA ever. It's in my city, it's in my country. So yeah, I had friends to support me. So yeah, it was really crazy. And the battle with the other Arthur Serrier was crazy. He was so close to me that it was really so good.
There's been a lot of good results for Forissier since he made the switch from mountain biking to triathlon at age 17.
How to explain my performance? I think I train really smart with always the same coach. So I do the same, not the same training, but I train in the same objectives, same goal since several years, maybe 7 or 8. So I have really logic training, and all I do is go to the same direction, and I think it really fits to me. I love it. I take a lot of pleasure when training, when racing, and I think that can explain kind of my performance.
Forissier came into the Czech Republic knowing he had his work cut out for him.
It's an European Championship, so there is a very strong profile. I think many guys can be very strong. The first guy for me to be careful is Arthur Serrier, because he's very strong, he's a strong runner, he never gives up, so he's really hard to beat.
In the pro men's race, Matteo Boggiato of Italy took the early lead. He was followed out of the water 30 seconds later by France's Maxime Senet and Australian Van Allen. A large group that included South Africa's Bradley Weiss, Spain's Ruben Ruzafa, local favorite Luca Coquard, and France's Arthur Serrier came close behind. Arthur Forissier had a rough swim and came into transition 1 more than a minute behind that big pack.
At the first transition, I saw some very strong athletes, maybe the will to take, with Ruben, with Bradley Weiss, with Luca Coquard. I'm happy because Arthur Forissier is very, very strong and he is not with us.
Serrier may have been relieved to find himself clear of his countryman, Forissier, but he had plenty to worry about in the form of 3-time XTERRA World Champion Ruben Ruzafa. The 34-year-old Spaniard took charge, and by midway through the mountain bike, he was riding alone, with a 35-second lead over Weiss. Serrier and Senet were working together, another minute back, and Forissier, who had struggled on the swim, was charging hard to catch up. XTERRA Adventures is presented by the Hawaiian Islands. Visit gohawaii.com, Hawaii's official tourism site. XTERRA, racing and apparel for your active lifestyle. Visit xterraplanet.com. In the women's pro race, the UK's Nicole Walters was fastest on the swim, with her countrywoman Jackie Allen 20 seconds back. France's Morgan Rieu exited the water in 15th place, more than 4 minutes behind Walters. Close behind was local hero Helena Karaskova, a two-time Winter Olympian in cross-country skiing who had, at age 40, already scored 2 XTERRA wins on the season. Both Karaskova and Ryu had a lot of time to make up.
On the swim I finished at 15 places I think, and the first loop was not so bad, but the second I was on my own and I was cold because it was without wetsuits, so not a bad part for me. The first transition I think it was okay. I didn't lose so much time and I could begin the bike quite good and fast.
Ryu was riding well early on, but crashed 10 kilometers in, conjuring memories of her broken collarbone from early in the season. She regrouped and kept pushing, with Karaskova right on her wheel. Meanwhile, Walters, the leader out of the swim, was fading fast, with Jackie Allen taking over the lead heading into the second transition, and Ryu and Karaskova, the 2 fastest bikers of the day, closing quickly. At the front of the men's race, Ruzafa, the experienced Spaniard, came into T2 with a 1.5-minute lead on Weiss of South Africa. 3 minutes behind the leader was a trio of Frenchmen, Maxime Serret, Arthur Serrier, and Arthur Forissier, who after a subpar swim had put on a phenomenal effort on the bike to pull back into contention.
I was confident after first transition because even if I was a little bit far from the lead, I knew that the bike was quite long and I had a lot of time to come back to catch the lead. And yeah, I was confident at this moment.
But no one had the confidence of Arthur Serrier, who came out of T2 90 seconds down and started running with abandon.
On a run, I was just flying. That's amazing.
1 lap into the run, the flying Frenchman had closed to within 50 seconds of the leader, Ruzafa. And once he had the Spaniard in his sights, the race was over.
When I saw Ruben just in front of me, I knew maybe I will be European champ because I take 3 minutes on Ruben and I am better in sprint, better if he accelerates. So yeah, it's lots of emotion because it's for me my first big win, so lots emotion.
Serrier had laid down a run split that was the fastest on the day by nearly 3.5 minutes, an incredible margin. His second victory of the season was also the biggest win of his career.
When I cross the line, it's something like pleasure, something like I say, okay, you work so hard during maybe 5 years and now it's your turn to be on the top. I'm very glad and proud of me.
Ruzafa finished well for second, and Weiss held on for third. Forissier paid for his efforts on the bike and was forced to settle for fourth, a little more than a minute out of podium position. As much as her countryman, Arthur Serrier, Morgan Ryu is known for her running ability. A participant in the 2005 World Cross Country Championships, she is a different class of runner than her competitors. And it seems no deficit after the swim or the bike is too large for her to make up on the run. And this day was no different. Ryu churned closer to Jackie Allen with each stride, and the result felt like an inevitability.
On the run, I had very good legs. I felt at the beginning in the long climb on the road, and I tried to push hard on the first loop, and I managed to catch the first girl at the beginning of the second. So then I just tried to manage this split and yeah, to win at the end.
Win she did, adding a European XTERRA title to what was already a sensational season.
So it's the first time I win this European title in XTERRA. So it's really, yeah, it's crazy. I didn't expect to win today because I knew that The women's field was crazy. 25 girls, I think, with the best European girls on the spot. So I'm very, very happy, and yeah, this is so now the 6th win in a row for me. So I hope it will continue.
An inspiring day for the elites, for the age groupers, for the sports-loving Czech spectators, for the race director, and for the 2019 European XTERRA champions. Coming up in the next episode, the 2019 XTERRA World Tour heads a few hours north to the Saxony region of Germany, where a chubby kid turned world-class swimmer seeks his first elite XTERRA Tour victory, while a talented mother of one looks to extend her dominance in the 35 to 39 age group. That's next time on XTERRA Adventures.